Note on terms. Language describing various identity groups is ever-changing. There is no universal agreement, and in our attempt to be respectful of different perspectives, we acknowledge that the terms we have chosen may not resonate with all readers and listeners. The term BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, and People of Color, is used in the audiobook to recognize that while every identity has had its unique journey with racism, there are shared experiences that we attempt to capture. When not citing language directly from a study or quote, we use Latine to describe individuals who have historically been identified as Hispanic, Latino, or Latinx. Latine, created by LGBTQIA+ Spanish speakers, adopts the letter E from the Spanish language to represent gender neutrality. Swana, S-W-A-N-A, is a decolonized term for the Southwest Asian North African region that was created by its own community members to be used instead of names that are Eurocentric in origin, such as the Middle East or Near East. We wrote Racial Justice at Work, Practical Solutions for Systemic Change, in the midst of intense culture wars in the United States and other parts of the world. There are diametrically opposing views on the meaning of equality, equity, and justice, and who has the right to decide. At this critical juncture in our history of civil and human rights, Racial Justice at Work is an attempt to provide clarity and guidance for leaders in every sector, social justice advocates, and everybody who desires to create equitable workplace systems that truly work for all. This book invites the listener to reimagine what is possible with chapters from different Winters Group team members who represent a variety of lived experiences, cultural backgrounds, and generations. The book focuses on Black, Indigenous, and People of Color, BIPOC, in the workplace. It is a guidebook with actionable solutions for workers everywhere in every industry. It is especially crucial for leaders with decision-making power to create just and fair work environments. Those who believe justice is not being served for BIPOC will have to be courageous and steadfast. Justice means that we face the ugly truth about systemic racism and the harm caused, and change those systems so that we can move closer to liberty and justice for all. As culture wars intensify, we see attempts through proposed and enacted legislation to deny that systemic racism even exists. Luckily, amid the attempts to uphold systems of racism, are many counter-efforts to enhance workplace equity, inclusion, and justice. Since the murder of George Floyd and other Black people in 2020, organizations have made bold commitments to combat systemic racism in the workplace, including aggressive hiring and philanthropic goals. We have seen a surge in organizations filling diversity-related roles. Research by LinkedIn found that the number of people with the title Head of Diversity more than doubled between 2015 and 2020. And in the 16 months after the murder of George Floyd, it almost tripled. It is encouraging that many organizations recognize the need for such roles. Unfortunately, too much of the work continues to be performative, commonly referred to as check the box. According to Russell Reynolds Associates, Chief Diversity Officers have an average tenure of only 1.8 years. There is a great deal of effort put into hiring BIPOC and other programmatic activities, such as employee resource groups and mentoring programs, but not enough emphasis on the organizational systems perpetrating inequities. The focus is on fixing the people rather than the systems that harm people. Racial Justice at Work focuses on correcting harmful systems.